I have an update on highly pathogenic H5N1 bird flu. It is Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. Let's get into it. First, a major outbreak has just been reported in the state of Georgia in a commercial chicken flock. This has the capacity to impact chicken exports as well as chicken and egg prices around the U.S. Next, I want to orient you to a concerning set of symptoms that may start to show up in humans. We don't know yet. Let's go through some of the things we know and we don't know. First, I'm going to orient you to this article. This research article was published January 8th of this year. And in this article, they isolated H5N1 from a cow and from someone who was infected in Texas in March of 2024. The researchers found that this version of the virus that came from the human not only contained 9 mutations, but it seemed to develop a higher pathogenicity profile when infecting mice. And in fact, it showed higher virus titers in the brains of those mice, far higher than the cattle version. At least 12 cats around the United States, household pets, as well as several large cats in different zoos, have passed away from H5N1, and they show neurotropism of the virus. Some of the symptoms are ataxia. They start to walk funny, they can have seizures, and they can go into coma, followed by death. But what about humans? Do we have evidence for it actually impacting the human central nervous system? Yes, we do. From this paper published in 2009, some strains of H5N1 can enter the central nervous system and induce neuroinflammation and neurodegeneration. Interestingly, this does not seem to happen in cattle. But birds that are infected also demonstrate symptoms of it being neurologic. They can't lift their heads or their necks, they lose body control, they may twitch and shudder, or be found swimming in circles. I recently saw a video here on TikTok of someone saving a Canadian goose that was demonstrating all of those symptoms. Barehanded, no mask, the animal was in his car, and he brought it to a wildlife rescue center, and the person who took the bird in was wearing proper PPE to handle that animal. But please know that if you see birds acting unusually, we all have a heart for them. If you feel like you must rescue them, be wearing a well-fitting mask, gloves, with good ventilation. Do not let them around anyone that you could transfer the illness to, including household pets like cats. Really, the best thing to do is to leave the animal in place and to call your local wildlife service or rescue center. Now, the good news from that paper published in January is that antivirals still work on that version of the virus despite it having accumulated 9 different mutations. Many of the more mild cases have had the noticed symptom of conjunctivitis, this eye or pink eye, and when this is associated with the virus, there can be neuronal involvement. And that's another piece of the puzzle for the mounting evidence that when, not if, H5N1 breaks out into human-to-human transmission, there is a decent chance that there will be more neurotropism or more central nervous system involvement with this version of influenza than what we've previously seen with influenza that is widely in circulation. Again, the H1N1 portion of the vaccine, that N1, may overlap well enough to protect or at least minimize disease from H5N1 when it does break out and go human to human. Again, we don't know which version of H5N1 will break out and start to transmit person to person, but all this evidence does point to higher potential nervous system involvement. Stay safe out there. I'll see you guys later.